she proceeded to, with the assistance of Catherine, her dear friend, basically say, thank you so much for thinking of me, but I just think it's too much for me right now, coming off the stroke. It was a little overwhelming for her. It was a little too much language. I vividly remember her pulling the script out and reading a couple lines and struggling, being frustrated that she couldn't read the lines on the page. And we took the script. I took the script and I put it to the side. And I said, Julie, and I put my hand on her thigh. I said, look at me. I said, do you think that I could be your grandson? She thought a minute. I said, Julie, if you think I can be your grandson, come down to Florida and let's make this movie. We'll figure it out together. And she looked at me, and she put her hands on my cheek. She put her hands on my forehead. She touched the edge of my hair. She kind of rubbed down my... I don't know if you remember this, Julie. You did this, and it seemed like it was 5 minutes. You just were looking at me, and I was... And I said, could I be your grandson? And she said, yes. Oh, yes. I said, well, these words on this page mean nothing. They mean nothing. It's about this relationship. And that's one of the things that I'm really seeing, and I knew something instinctively at that moment that I'm seeing this weekend. I spent a lot of time with Julie, and I was there for her when she was frustrated and struggling to get thoughts out. I knew the thoughts were right there, and she just couldn't get them. It was like a train going by, and she just couldn't catch it. And it was tough to watch. At the same time, she displayed such courage, and she had such an effect on not only myself, but 100 other people that were involved in making the movie. They were all there not because of me. Not at all because of me. I was a first-time filmmaker. They were there because of Julie and her courage to do this. And they wanted to do whatever they could. So what I'm saying to you guys is you guys have an effect. The people who are in this room struggling with aphasia, the people who have had strokes and other disabilities and who are doing what they're doing, you're having an effect that you don't even know. Well, you might be aware of, I don't know. But Julie affected that many people down in Central Florida in helping make this film. And as you saw last night, she had an effect on another 500 people for the courage that it took her to do what she did in that film. And for that, I'm just honored, and I am so humbled to call her my friend and to be involved in this extended family now at the University of Michigan, because I am just so exhilarated from this experience. And I'm going to leave here with my wife a much better person as a result of it. I want to tell you one more thing. I was sitting in her living room in Cape Cod, and she said she'd been in some therapy. Catherine said she'd been in some therapy, and she'd been going into the city in New York and meeting with a speech therapist, I believe. And their thing that they had been working on was the Lord's Prayer. Well, she stood up and she just burst into the Lord's Prayer. And she did it with all of its blemishes, and it was jilted at times, and she trailed off and then picked up again. It was mesmerizing. It was stunning. It was beautiful. And I asked her, guys, I'm not a good enough writer to incorporate that into the film. That was a moment where I asked Julie, I said, can I write that in and have you do that? Because that was incredibly moving for me in her living room. Imagine Catherine that on film. And we did that. And Julie, sometimes she did it spot on. Sometimes it had some blemishes. She couldn't hit some consonants. Sometimes it was a little, and it turned out absolutely perfect. And we could have gone into the editing room and looped it. Looping is when you go in and you dub dialogue, and we could have made it perfect. But that's not what this was about. It was perfect as it was. And it was very clear to me and my editor and my producing partner that this was the Lord's Prayer. And we were, well, it just worked out better than I could have ever anticipated or thought in my little measly mind. So, Julie, I love you very much, and to be here this weekend is just such an honor.
Julie, would you join us on the stage? Michael, would you be willing to escort her up? And while Julie's coming, I'd like to share a few remarks. As you know, Julie Harris has a distinguished record of theater, film, and television roles. We have heard more than once this weekend of her legendary status as the most Tony Award-winning actress of all time. The volume and quality of her work increasingly is being recognized now with Lifetime Achievement Awards. She received the Kennedy Center Honor in the Performing Arts in 2005 for lifetime contributions to the arts and American culture, and she was recognized as the soul of the American theater. Last weekend, she was awarded a Doctor of Fine Arts at Yale University, again for her impressive portfolios in theater, film, and television. This evening, it is my honor to add to this growing list. Julie, in appreciation for your contribution to the quality of all of our lives, with or without aphasia, I present the It's a Wrap Award, RAP, Recognition for Achievement and Potential. Congratulations, Julie.
From a wonderful poet, Emily Dickinson. This is my letter to the world, who know they never wrote to me. The simple news that nature told, and with tender majesty. His message is committed to hands I cannot see. For love of her sweet countrymen, judge tenderly of me. If you could, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as those who give, and those who from trespasses, as we from trespasses against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.